Thank you. I am honored to stand before you today as your newly re-elected mayor to serve this community for the next 4 years. I love this city. Meridian is where I work. This is where we've raised our kids, and now our kids are raising theirs. The state of our city is strong. Much has been done, but there is more to do. What I learned from our citizens this last fall while campaigning was invaluable. I found there is broad support citywide for the direction the city is headed. Much has been done. People appreciate that. They recognize what has been accomplished. Let me share the good of what I learned while on the campaign trail. Our citizens appreciate living in a safe community. We are one of the safest cities in Idaho. Our crime has been reduced by 36% over the last 8 years. They like our firefighters, our pipes and drums that you just heard. Maybe I like our pipes and drums. They like our paramedics on every fire truck. Our Public Works Director, Tom Berry, appreciated this fact when his baby decided to arrive while they were still at home. Our citizens want a responsive government. They like the efforts we have made in being more responsive to our citizens. I met a couple on the campaign trail that drove this home. John and Shannon Uriona told me of the personal visit they got from our Building and Development Services staff. They came to their house, they sat in their living room, and they solved their problem. That had not been their experience when they first came to the city 10 years ago. They felt they hit a stone wall then. But now they appreciate our culture of service. Let me share 2 more examples of this culture of service. There was a letter to the editor in the Idaho Statesman this weekend that captured this perfectly. Let me read a few lines. During the standoff in Meridian on January 13th, my staff and I had the behind-the-scenes chance to observe our law enforcement. Everyone was professional and courteous in spite of their necessary focus on the issue at hand. 2 officers stopped in to check with us the following Monday to thank you and ensure everything was in order on their property. They were impressed with the way they conducted themselves. And it was during that incident, the courtesy to check in later was a gesture of pure respect. This was signed Garland Reesner. This attitude, while different, was reflected when customer Paul Stoll was concerned about his water bill and he came to our water department. Our backflow inspector, Colin Riley, overheard the conversation. He told the inspector he would come by and check the leak for him right then. He followed him home, he found the leak, and we had a happy customer. We will be bringing our customer service to the next level, rolling out the Meridian way. We went to our customer care experts, just like the ones I just mentioned, to help frame the service you can expect. Our pledge is to provide care to our community in a timely, friendly, professional, and solution-oriented manner. The Meridian Way plaques will hang in each department, but more importantly, they will be present in our approach and our actions. I found while knocking on your door that you love our vibrant, family-friendly parks, our community center, and the family-friendly events that take place in them. There is great excitement and interest in the opening of the Julius M. Kleiner Park. Citizens have had a sneak peek, whether it was at the Veterans Rock of Honor dedication or field trips to the Meridian Senior Center. This is an amazing gift, a $25 million donation from Eugene Kleiner to our community, and it's scheduled to open on June 9th. We want to thank Mr. Kleiner and the Kleiner Trust for this generosity. Settlers Park continues to be your favorite. This park is not only loved for the ball fields, the award-winning playground, the horseshoe pits, the fishing pond, and the tennis courts, but also for the events that are held there. 14-year-old Haley Nelson went door-to-door campaigning because she loves Cable One movie night. Our citizens like the opportunity to be involved and to have a voice. Just ask Ralph Chappelle or Karen and Tom Sauer. They can speak directly to decision makers and policy makers at events like Coffee with the Mayor or town hall meetings, and they do. Citizens can have their voices heard on policy committees or task force groups, and they can serve on commissions like Craig Still, who has experienced the maturing of our Parks Department during his 12-plus years. Citizens can step forward like Connie Peterson, who volunteers on our animal shelter, or the annual involvement by the 10 Mile Christian Church during our Old Town cleanup. There are many opportunities for volunteers and organizations throughout the year. Last year alone, our Parks Department clocked over 4,400 hours donated by community members. Our citizens like the business growth and the job creation. We have netted over 12,500 jobs in my first 2 terms and over 1,000 businesses. We've added 500 jobs just last year. Meridian is unique, and many of our businesses reflect that. Did you know that we have the largest manufacturer of inflatable crafts, watercrafts in the country, Air Inc.? That Northwest Machining produced a part that was used in the intercontinental ballistic missile called the Peacekeeper, and currently makes a gear system for Rolls-Royce. That we have the largest wickless candle company in the nation and the world, and they are one of the fastest growing consumer product companies in America, Scentsy. I would venture to say they will soon be one of the largest chocolate fondue companies as well. And we have engaged small businesses like Brandon Wright with Ultra Clean and Red Line Recreational Toys. They add to our unique business community and lend their business space, time, and talent to provide tools for other small businesses to network and succeed. We also have the largest insurer in the state, which happens to be our title sponsor.
2012 Meridian State of the City title sponsor United Heritage is a committed partner with the City of Meridian. By working together, United Heritage knows that many others in our community find to be true. Meridian is a city that is built for business and designed for living.
We have found our relationship with Meridian to be one that is just terrific. The City of Meridian has been helpful from the very beginning. When we started to build our building, helping us in the permitting process, it went quickly. They were easy to work with. They were very, very helpful in letting us have this building here. But more importantly, just as a great place to do business, and Meridian is in the middle of the Treasure Valley or the Boise Valley, and it is a great place for our employees to come to work.
Like Meridian, United Heritage is dedicated to serving a growing population with diverse needs and desires. By providing tailored solutions to serve their customers, United Heritage is making a big impact, not just in Idaho, but across the country.
Our ideal customers are middle-class Americans. Our life insurance products are geared for people with normal, ordinary household incomes. When you have ups and downs in the economy, middle-class Americans still need those products. Our auto and homeowners products are things that every American needs. And so we find that our products and this target market of middle-class Americans fit that niche, and it has been a great marketplace for us.
With a true emphasis on service, United Heritage serves not just their customers, but our community as well. United Heritage employees are consistently involved in local and national nonprofit work and a variety of community service projects. United Heritage employees volunteer their time to ensure Meridian is a great place to live, work, and raise a family.
United Heritage very much values its employees and its relationship with its community, and we see that as a partnership. And so we try to be involved in our community. We try to give back to this community that has given so much to us, not just Meridian, but the entire Treasure Valley. We have employees from all over the valley, but this community, Meridian, and the communities around us have been so good to us. And so we try to give back, and our employees are very active in the community. We don't just ask our employees to give money back to the community, but rather to also give their time.
United Heritage, another amazing business right for their customers right here in Meridian.
We do appreciate United Heritage. They are a great community partner. Our citizens like our retail businesses and restaurants. Much has been done offering choices in shopping and eating. Places like Eppie's, where owner Chris will come and sit at your table because she cares about her customers. Our citizens are discovering the talent and premier services we have in healthcare, in particular the core. Amazing things are going on, from serving the underprivileged in Idaho State University's health and dental clinics to the several medical-related businesses and their clinical research trials and the ongoing research. Who knows? We will be the first to discover a cure for specific cystic, I knew I'd mess that up, cystic fibrosis that's going on through St. Luke's ongoing research. Meridian citizens like their schools and the choices they have for higher education. We have seen rapid growth and selection in this area. Look at what has been added over the last 10 years. While campaigning, I received mixed messages about our school funding issues, but firm resolve that our children and their education are a priority. Now, I don't like paying taxes any more than the next person, but I will always support providing our children with the best education. Our school district recently announced that they will be putting a supplemental levy on the ballot on March 13th. I don't know the details, but I pledge to be a part of this process. I encourage you all to educate yourselves on this topic. We must be involved and present as our community, our school district, and our school board trustees tackle these issues. Our kids are important, and one of the most noteworthy days that I had last fall was during an in-school service day, a day off for kids. 2 fifth-grade boys dropped by to tell us what a great job they thought the mayor was doing. They took tours coming up to the office because they had their dog with them. I noticed the second boy had cleats on, and I asked if he played soccer. He told me he would love to, but the government takes all his dad's money. Long story short, Luke in my office gave him information about the PAL soccer program and our Parks and Rec Care to Share program. His feet never touched the ground when he left. We watched out the window as he joined his friends, hands a-waving, sharing information with his friend. As they walked off, he jumped up and clicked his heels. That's what it's all about. Our citizens recognize our community's families in need, and they support nonprofits like the Boys and Girls Club and the Meridian Food Bank. I am honored to announce on behalf of the Meridian Food Bank, through an anonymous donation, that they will be purchasing the Meridian Senior Center on Broadway, just blocks from where they currently are. Now, before I move on, let me talk briefly about an issue that was also a topic of discussion during the campaign, the City Hall lawsuit. The city, in my years of involvement, has never initiated a lawsuit. We solve our issues at the table. That's what we do, and we tried to do that in this case. Our decision to go to court was based on principles and protecting the best interest of this community. This will be resolved, and we will move on. Yes, much has been accomplished. Many things have happened, and there is more to do. When the dust finally settled after Election Day and all the signs were gone, it was important for me to capture the lessons learned. I met with and listened to the other candidates to learn what they thought and heard during the campaign. I have formed 4 work groups from that feedback and the meetings and what I heard last fall that are focused on jobs, business climate, communication, and service. I assembled a collection of stakeholders with a diversity of opinion that have been tasked with looking at the much done in identifying and defining strengths and challenges. They will set objectives and bring recommendations for actions for the more to do over this next term. I am sure that the focus on jobs doesn't surprise anyone. While we have made progress in this area, even during the downturn, we want family wage jobs. This group, led by Rick Ritter, will not only look at job creation, but also our role in the Governor's Project 60. Early discussions have them focusing on attracting suppliers for current manufacturers, helping their businesses' bottom line, while at the same time attracting business and jobs. They will also look at the industry clusters that we have plans for over the next couple of years, evaluating their feasibility and if they align with this region's core competencies and values. While the 2010 Boise Valley Economic Partnerships Survey showed that Meridian City's processes ranked an 8.5 out of 10, 10 being the best, we should always be our own toughest critic. So our business climate group, led by Jason Monks and Ron Van Acker Jr., will be evaluating how we are doing and identifying what we can do to move the needle to the 10. They will focus in 2 specific areas: business processes for commercial development and strategies and tools to boost our entrepreneurial climate. Our communications group will put strategy behind how we can improve the various communication tools we are using and help us get information to you. Finding more ways we can use This Week in Meridian, or how we can increase viewership of our monthly TVC-TV Celebrate Meridian program. They are also working to centralize information so it's easier for you to find. Our city services group, they are discussing and defining typical services offered by a city and who those providers are. They plan to review the quality of services and compare them to citizen expectations and identify any gaps. The group will then focus on solutions and funding ideas for the wants of the community. These groups each recognize that much has been done. I look forward to their reports. Now, while these groups are working on our future and the much to do, who is better positioned to work on our future than our kids who are our future? I am lucky to serve with young leaders that comprise MIAC, the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. Here is a video that their advisor, Luke Kavanagh, put together to capture what MIAC is all about.
The mayor has been really helpful with the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council. Allowing an organization like this to be created, the mayor has given the opportunity to youth to express their voice and express what they believe.
The reason I joined Mayor's Youth Advisory Council was to be able to get out in my community and make a difference, to really show people what I want to see within Meridian and be a part in making that change.
I think it's a good way to bring the community together, and from a younger age, it will keep them involved throughout their years probably, and the friendships you make, and it's a really good way to learn the process of seeing something all the way through.
I always am thinking about my experience in the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council and the amount of involvement I had in my community, which is fulfilling as a high school student.
Just like Meridian is an example to the rest of Idaho, I believe that MIAC has been a great influence on our community.
We actually are an organization made up of youth that does a lot more than most adult organizations do. I'm really proud of our work with the dinner auction that we do every year.
I really liked the Habitat for Humanity fundraiser we did one year.
The legislative breakfast and activities that we did concerning legislative matters.
After realizing the dangers of texting while driving, really seeing the importance of having healthy driving habits, went to the place that was closest to home, and we went to City Council and passed a no texting and driving law in Meridian.
This is an organization of youth that can and will affect social change. We can do that by giving the voice to all the youth in the city of Meridian.
We are very lucky to be given the opportunity to learn as much as I personally have in the 4 years. I've learned more throughout MIAC than any other program that I've been involved in.
I would like to invite MIAC's current chair, Janelle, to share with you their much done and more to do.
Hi, my name is Janelle DeVere, and I have the honor of serving as the chair of the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council this year. The members of MIAC are some of the brightest, most forward-looking students in our schools who are highly motivated to make a difference. We share a common goal: create a safe, inviting, and promising future for teenagers, make an impact in our community, and have a voice in the progress of this city and state. One of the 3 subcommittees is Teen Activities Council. This year, they have followed through with their mission to ensure a healthy outlet for teenagers on the weekends. This group of students has held a haunted house and a free skating night at Idaho Ice World. Their biggest event of the year will be held next weekend. Ignite Youth is an opportunity to share with the world what ignites their inner fire. With 5 minutes and 20 PowerPoint slides, the speaker leads the audience in laughter, thought, and sometimes to take a stand. So if you are free Friday the 10th, I strongly encourage you to check it out. It will be held at Mountain View High School at 7 p.m. Our second subcommittee, Community Involvement, is the hub for youth volunteers. Members volunteer every year at the Community Block Party. This year, we came out, supported our city, volunteered, and had fun all at the same time. Also, in October, this group participated in Rake Up Meridian, with students turning out at record high levels. Coming up is the annual MIAC Dinner Auction. This year, we have partnered with the Meridian Animal Shelter. Not only will all proceeds benefit this local nonprofit, but we will be volunteering at the shelter as well. As always, we are expecting fantastic dinner auctions, a delectable dinner, and most of all, great company. We have a great plan for this dinner, and I would ask for your continued support by either donating or attending. It will be held Thursday, March 22nd at 6 p.m. at Cafe Renaissance. Mark your calendars for this great event. The final subcommittee, government affairs, has continued their role to help shape our community's future, the way that tomorrow's leaders see it. Earlier this fall, MIAC hosted a mayoral city council in open forum. It was held the night before elections, and it was the last chance to meet the individuals running for office. It was a great success. Most candidates participated, and we had a great turnout of community members. In October, MIAC was asked to send representatives to attend a national youth summit put on by Noise in Washington, D.C. The opportunity was due to the extensive work that members have put into a ban on texting while driving. An expectation from attending this summit is to organize an Idaho Youth Summit. This will be held in May at Wahoo's. We plan to present the issues of texting while driving, substance abuse, and bullying through multiple speakers and activities. Lastly, we just held our 4th annual legislative breakfast. We use this opportunity to highlight the importance of having the state follow in the city of Meridian's and other cities lead with a law against texting while driving. In preparation, students drafted a piece of draft legislation to share with legislators. Texting while driving is an issue that MIAC has worked on persistently for the last 3 years, and they are prepared to take that to the next level by testifying at the Capitol when a texting while driving bill is heard. While this group of students can accomplish anything, we rely on the support of this beautiful city's leaders and citizens. With the number of student members at an all-time high, our expectations are set higher for each and every student. Amazing things will continue to happen in the months to come. We are the voices and leaders of tomorrow. We are thrilled to be a part of this community today for the betterment of tomorrow. Thank you.
We did a dry run yesterday, and after she presented, I said, "You can do my state of the city." I certainly hope that to have that kind of enthusiasm, optimism, and energy, and that I know, guaranteed, MIAC has much they will do. Now I can say there has much been done. I am anxious to roll up my sleeves and get to work. Meridian has evolved. We are unique. We are different. What makes us different? We are a city that's still growing even during the hard times. We have satisfied citizens that love where they live, as seen through last year's citizen survey where 9 out of 10 residents report that the quality of life in Meridian exceed expectations. We're a city that operates in the black and pays cash for our capital needs. We are a city that has been listed in the top of the nation for a number of reasons. We have achieved this by working together as a community. We are unique. And we as a city play our role in achieving this recognition. We stay focused on the vision of the city to be a vibrant and diverse city, a premier place to live, work, and raise a family. We do so by putting Meridian first. We are able to do that because we have employees that stand ready to serve. They work hard to provide the services that you deserve. We have elected city councilmen that are dedicated to growing per our plan. They budget and invest wisely, and they set policies that reflect the community standards desired by our citizens. I am challenged and inspired by the senior leadership team that I serve with, our directors. These leaders are innovative and focused on efficiencies and savings. Our leadership team delivers a balanced annual budget recommendation to our City Council. This process begins months before the Council's budget workshops that are held in July, going through strategic and performance reviews. The budget is balanced, and then Through a collective process, they look at the needs versus the wants. We budget with purpose and planning and performance, led by Finance's Todd Lavoie, who leaves no stone unturned as we scrub department budget line by line. We involve City Council liaisons and an inclusive employee process that encourages ownership of spending priorities at all levels. These directors, our team and city employees, think beyond their own department strategically to the whole picture, not to just their piece of it. Much has been done. This thinking has brought improvements citywide, such as our data management system called Acela. Acela is the city's enterprise software program that has connected several departments for the purposes of permitting, licensing, code enforcement, and other things. Soon, citizens and customers will be able to realize greater efficiencies by being able to access information 24/7. This whole city approach has brought police and fire collaborating in emergency response scenarios and leadership training. The police and the Public Works Environmental Division have partnered on the prescription drug drop-off program to prevent drugs from being flushed into our sewer treatment system. 3,500 pounds to date. Folks, that is nearly 2 tons of pharmaceuticals that are kept out of the environment. These are just a few examples of the collaboration among our departments. Much has been done. They keep our teams focused on strategic plans and keep their plans relevant to the community. The fire department has completed their 5-year strategic plan using a process that included stakeholders and the public. Principal planner Caleb Hood led the updating and reformatting of the city's comprehensive plan. It is now user-friendly and easier to read. We added economic development and sustainability chapters with identified goals, objectives, and actions. We have done much over this last year, over the last 8 years. Major accomplishments over that 8-year period have seen over $3 billion of commercial and residential investment, a streamlined permitting process, reducing permitting processing by half, an improved fire rating system that is saving our businesses and citizens money for insurance. We've seen 117 new acres of developed parks. Now, for every tax dollar spent, $3 came from partners or growth. We were the first municipality to receive a Class A reclaimed water permit that offers a source of lower-cost, non-potable water in West Meridian. And we've seen the completion of the Locust Grove overpass, 13 major intersection improvements eliminating 4-way stop signs, and the opening of the 10-mile interchange. I think I'm still dancing about that one. Our transition from a residential community to a full-service city is noteworthy. We have a tangible energy, and you can feel it. We as a city are working to complement what is happening in our private sector and by others. We put Meridian first, what's best for the community as a whole. We believe that local government should be and is a reflection of our citizens. We put Meridian first and foremost in our minds. It is that thinking, putting Meridian first, that brings us to our Legacy Award. The Legacy Award is given each year to recognize someone that gives unselfishly of their time, talent, or finances to the benefit of our community. Recently, there has been a great deal of activity at the Pine Street School. Paul Davis Restoration stepped forward in helping to fix or restore a number of needs at this historical one-room school. The school is the love child of a teacher who taught for 38 years but nurtured Meridian's children in the school for 10 of those years. Today, she is a one-person attendant to this school, caring for it as she cared for her students in that same building over 50 years ago. Please join me in recognizing Betty Kusler.
I don't look for these things. I just take them in and love them. I probably have been here as long as the majority of you have. We came in 1925, and I have been part of the Meridian ever since. So I would just like to thank Betty for being here and for caring for a piece of the Meridian's history. Thank you.
So working together, just like Betty has done, we have done much, but we have more to do to meet our vision of being a premier city, the best city in Idaho. We will keep our focus on putting Meridian first. We have heard you through our city citizen survey, our public meetings, and our various community events. We have heard you at the grocery store, at church, in our schools. I listened when I knocked on your door, and I heard you on Election Day. Here's what you told us. You want a safe community. You want a responsive government. You want places to go and spend with family and friends. Everyone wants to see a better economy. You want us to help attract and grow family wage jobs. And you want more time at home, not on the roads. Okay, so here are my 5 strategic priorities for the next term. I will begin with safe community. We will continue our focus as one of the safest communities in Idaho. This will happen through prevention programs such as the Mayor's Anti-Drug Coalition. MADC is in the 4th year of a drug-free community grant, a $500,000 grant, and it's eligible for a 5-year extension. We will be aggressive in our efforts to achieve that renewal. Working with partners like PAL, the school district, and our business community, we will continue to fight for our families and working with coalition members. We will continue our strategic rooting of crime through our impact team, our bicycle patrols, and working with citizens. We will use DDACT, our crime analysis tool, to identify crime areas to address the cause, not just the symptoms. Next priority is responsive government. I earlier announced the Meridian Way, building on our culture of service. I will challenge our community our businesses, nonprofits, and organizations to adopt the Meridian Way, we can brand our community as a place that welcomes and cares for those who live and work here and those who visit here, a place where people want to be. We will build upon our communication tools to keep you informed, involved, and to give you a voice, putting Meridian first. My places to go with family and friends priority. In this priority, we will focus on our downtown, parks, and pathways. In our downtown, we have told you in the past, it must be a place to go to, not drive through. The city is working with MDC and the downtown businesses to foster an environment that it encourages investment. And we have made advancements in spite of the economy. We are currently working with developers and potential investors who, on 2 different opportunities, if successful, will be catalyst programs for our downtown. We will brand our downtown districts with signage. We are focused on defining parking areas and creating outdoor activities for dining, entertainment, and art of all forms. Our focus in parks and pathways is to create positive experiences and lifelong memories. In our parks, as funding allows, we will finish the last phase of Meridian Settlers Park, adding parking and tennis. We will begin the first phase of Borat Park. Here, I pledge to our dog lovers that a dog park will be in this first phase. We plan to address in part the need for indoor field house space. In South Meridian, we will begin phase planning for our 70 acres of parkland that is located at Locust Grove and Lake Hazel. As to pathways, we will continue to make connections where possible that will offer safe routes to school and places to go for all ages. And we will be diligent for a railway trail, either in the railroad's right-of-way or alongside it, for an east-west connected pathway. My 4th priority of 5, so we're almost done, is to attract and grow family wage jobs. We will stay focused on enhancing our business community climate that will be nurtured through the merging of our planning and our building and development services departments into one unified focus, community development, our community development department. Our focus on value-added jobs will be delivered through strategic business enterprise corridors. We want to replicate the success that you've seen in the core by bringing together complementary type of businesses into other areas of our city. We will roll out plans for the Fields District and the Public Safety District and promote the 10-mile region and downtown to targeted businesses. Lastly, and importantly, transportation, more time at home, not on the roads. I saved this for my last because I want to be specific on 2 projects. We will stay focused, though, on positive relationships with ACHD and ITD as they are our road and maintenance providers. The first phase, or the first project I'll talk about, is at the Split Corridor Phase 2. This project will begin late this summer. As part of this road widening project, the city has a water line that we will be constructing at the same time. This project will close Meridian Road for a year. ACHD and our Public Works have been working on a communication plan. Please sign up for that plan. It will keep you up to date. They have also been working closely with the businesses. We need you to support our downtown businesses during this construction program. This will have a huge impact on them. Their inconvenience and success is for your long-term convenience, so please support them. Okay, the Meridian interchange. You have heard me talk about this before. The bridge condition gets worse every year. Every year we risk losing a pedestrian, a bicyclist, or a child's life. We are not realizing the full benefit of the I-84 improvements because of the bottleneck that is created. Economic growth is impacted by the inability to accommodate more traffic in that area. This is not only a Meridian problem, it's regional. It connects to an interstate system. Locally, we have done our part. Now the state needs to do theirs. The investment in the I-84 corridor is huge, and it's desperately needed. And it just boggles the mind that they excluded the middle portion of this improvement. Now, can we turn up the house lights? Those who believe that the Meridian interchange needs to be rebuilt, would you please stand up? Thank you. You can sit down. I will guarantee you that we have taped this. And we are sending it to ITD. We need you. We need you to be involved. We need you to be a supportive voice and help Senator Winder and Representative Hagedorn advocate for getting us the Meridian interchange rebuilt. We need you to call ITD. We need you to call newly appointed Jerry Whitehead. We need you to call the governor's office. This needs to be a priority. We cannot afford it not to be. Our list is ambitious, but we know that by working together, we can make significant headway in all 5 strategic priorities. These are not just my priorities, they are yours. Safe community, responsive government, places to go, jobs, and transportation. These reflect the areas that you told us are most important. We have a simple mantra at the City of Meridian: put Meridian first. This means having a clear vision for the future of the city that is reflective of the values of Meridian citizens. It means being accountable, responsible, and truly connected to our citizens. I have shared with you examples of that today. If you believe in putting Meridian first, there are many ways to get involved. Join us. Embrace the Meridian way. Stay informed. Visit our website frequently. Get involved. There are many ways to do so. Be an informed voter. Be educated on the issues and support candidates who will stand up and fight for Meridian, who have your same standards and values, who advocate for community needs such as the Meridian Road interchange and MIAC's texting while driving ban. Put Meridian first. Much has been done. We want you to be involved with us during these exciting times because together we can achieve so much more. Meridian is unique. There is much to do. Let's get going. Thank you.